Back in the day, I loved Malcolm in the Middle. All right. This was a show that kind of made me feel at home because it made me feel like my family wasn't as screwed up as I thought they were. Makes me feel like maybe other people are having money problems and not the belle of the ball. Their neighbors aren't best friends with them. They're just a toxic family. I love that. All right, and the cast was phenomenal. Like, the antics they got into were great, and it's crazy to think that that show ended 20 years ago. So when I found out that Hulu revived it for 4 episodes of a new series called Malcolm in the Middle, Life is Still Unfair, I was like, yeah, I gotta see that. And before it all went down, I went back and rewatched the entire run of Malcolm in the Middle, and let me tell you, it holds up. Like, it feels like it didn't miss a beat. Like, it still feels relevant today, even though, things have changed since then. So, the other day when they dropped the 4 episodes, I had to sit down and watch it. I binged the heck out of it. And it's easy to do because they're half-hour episodes. It's 2 hours of your time. And I gotta tell you, I was mixed on it because, like I said, I just got off the high of watching the show and having, like, that family living with me and knowing everything so intimate about all these characters. And then I feel like this season or series kind of threw everything that we knew and love out the window because it's like, yes, we know by the time the show ended, Malcolm went to Harvard, Reese moved out, Francis was doing good, Dewey was getting in new antics with Jamie, and he was a musical prodigy, and by he I mean Dewey, and we found out at the very end Lois and Hal got pregnant again because they were horny like rabbits, man. And I love that about them. So now to cut forward 20 years later, finding out that Malcolm has essentially cut off all ties to his family. And while he was in college, he got a girl pregnant. And 3 days after that girl gave birth, she disappeared. And Malcolm essentially had to raise the baby on his own. But the crazier thing is, Malcolm didn't tell his family about the kid. Malcolm told his kid that his family was dead. And essentially, this show is about Hal and Lois celebrating their 40th anniversary and wanting Malcolm to show up and come. And they end up surprising Malcolm by showing up at his house, even though he lives 2 layovers away from where they live. They still show up, and they find out that Malcolm is ashamed of him. Something they always kind of knew, but the fact that he was hiding a granddaughter from him, and the fact that he thinks that they bring out the worst in him, it essentially kills Hal. And let's cut back. In the past, we've seen Hal do some crazy things for his anniversary, and we know Hal makes these grand romantic gestures. And after being together for 40 years, Lois says, this time on our anniversary, I'm throwing the bash. I'm in charge of everything. So I'm putting together this big party. And essentially, I want to show you that I can do what you've done for me all these years. So it's interesting. Now, as that's going on, we see Reese is kind of bonding with Hal. But there might be an alternative motive there. We're seeing that their daughter is kind of the most even-keeled character that we've met living in that household. Jamie is now in the, I want to say, not the military, the Coast Guards, I want to say, something like that, maybe. Francis and Piama are doing good. And like I said, Malcolm's out doing his own thing. And Dewey is touring not the country, touring the globe, doing musical performances, and he's about to do a special show for, I want to say, the royal family, so he can't make it. Either way, that's where everyone's at. Cool. All right, but the whole thing is about Malcolm now has to essentially make things better for his daughter. His daughter's pissed at him because she could have gotten to know her family, and she just found out they all exist. And Malcolm also, well, this all happened, told his girlfriend that his family was dead, so he lied to her, and she is pissed at him. So he has to mend the fences with his daughter and his girlfriend, and essentially his whole family. And, all right, it's in the original sitcom, you could have done all that in one episode, but they drag it out in 4 episodes here. It's tedious. All right, like, I get it's been 20 years, but things are so different here. Like, that Lois and Hal seem to be doing fine with money. Their house looks nice. They're doing renovations. They're not worried about money. Like, all the characters feel different. So Hal, yeah, in the beginning, he's kind of goofy and wacky, but then the guy who you look forward to for the most wacky, out there, comical moments of the show is essentially comatose most of the show. And that just sucks all the fun and life out of the show, in my opinion. Lois, her big thing is she's always angry and yelling. In this, she's just going through the motion. She's been through it all. And it's like, that's not the Lois I know and love. Francis and Piyama, they're about the same. Well, I get, yeah. Francis is. He's pissed because of something that happened with him and Lois. So that's always happening. Reese is trying to make things better with him and Hal because something went down. I don't know. Malcolm is just so neutered. Like, he used to do a lot more, and the situations were a little more intense for him, but now he's just kind of like a whiny little bitch, which, yeah, he was that in the beginning, but now he's like, oh no, blah, 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 I gotta do this, I gotta do that for my girlfriend, she was the one, can you believe I was in love? It's like, that worked when you were a teenager, but you're an adult now, you're a successful man, I don't know. And they bring in pretty much everyone who's still alive is back in the show, except for the guy who plays Dewey. He decided not to come back. And the replacement actor, if you didn't tell me, I thought maybe this could be him. He looks like him. He has those ears kind of like him. They give him a similar haircut. The voice is different, but I believe it. But yeah, all your favorite characters show up, and they feel kind of pigeonholed and just forced. Like, some of the ways they get people in here, I'm like, really? Come on. I don't know. But yeah, all these characters feel different, and I get you got to have growth, but they don't feel like them. The only character who fully feels the same is Reese, and I respect that. But it just feels neutered, it feels tame, and it feels uneven because the show doesn't know if it wants to be about Malcolm or his daughter. Like, because they both break the fourth wall and talk to the camera like it's their show, and it's like, you can only get away with that being one or the other. Like, it's not like a passing of the torch, like, hey, we both do this together, now you do it. It's like, no, we both do it, and it's split, it's weird. Yeah, it just feels so uneven, and they toss in some curse words because they can get away because this is Hulu. It's shot, it's sleek, it's beautiful looking. It has funny moments, but I think what made the core of the original show was the boys against their parents, and you don't have that. Most of the time, Malcolm isn't interacting with anybody except for his daughter and his girlfriend. And most of these people are all separated, and it just feels super, like, forced, and it feels like they're just pulling taffy at nothing. Kind of like how they made The Hobbit 3 movies when it could have been 1. Like, this could have been, like, 1 episode, and you could have moved on and done more. Now, was it nice seeing these characters again? You bet your ass it was. It was great to see where they're at nowadays. And I feel like it wasn't satisfying enough. It wasn't what I wanted. It wasn't as dysfunctional and crazy. And it just feels like all these characters have changed a bit. Now, that's probably for the better, I guess. And it's like, I don't know where they're going off. Like, they leave it so you could come back and do more, and I'd love to see more, but I want it to be more of the same of what we got in the beginning. Like, I don't know, it just feels different, and I guess I feel like an old man on his lawn saying, get off my lawn, kids, because I want it being exactly what I had before, but if they gave us exactly what we had before, I might complain about that. But no, that's what worked best for me, and I kind of miss that. And neutering Hal, neutering Lois, I don't know. And some of the character choices they made, I'm like, okay, I guess, sure, fine. And some of the character choices they made, I'm like, cool, that makes sense, cool, awesome. And it's great to see cameos from people here and there. And I will say they stuck the landing. What Lois pulls off for Hal is beautiful, and it made me cry, and it was awesome. And the way the show ended, I'm like, oh, this is what the whole show should have been. This is where I want to be. It just took a journey to get here. So essentially, this is not a series. This feels more like a movie. And I know that's what essentially Bryan Cranston wanted. Like for years, from Breaking Bad to Your Honor and all the movies he's done, he's been saying, I want to do a Breaking Bad. I want to do a Malcolm in the middle movie, see where everyone's at. And this feels like a movie, but it feels like one act of a movie. It doesn't feel like a full-fledged movie. And I don't know. I want more, but I want more of what they end it with. I don't want more of characters divide. It kind of, all right, here, perfect way to look at it. It reminded me of what they did with the Netflix return of Arrested Development. They made all these characters come back, but they didn't fully interact and come together for most scenes. And when they were all back together, that's when it really sparked and lit and felt normal and right. And that's what they were lacking here. Like, bring back everyone together sooner and have them interact, because it's their interactions together that really makes it work perfectly. I don't know. That's my take. I don't know. I didn't hate it. It's just, if I didn't watch the original series right before I watched this, I'd probably say, yeah, this makes sense. But I did, and it was hard to separate the old with the new. But I enjoyed it. It was nice seeing like my old friends again. And where it ended up, I was like, all right, this is what I want. Give me more. I don't know how you can make it work, but I know you can make it work. So if this gets enough views, I think they'll do more. So get out there and watch it. If you like Malcolm in the Middle, go and check out Life's Still Unfair. Life's Still Unfair. I think that's what it's called, over on Hulu. Did you watch it? Let me know if you agree or disagree with me in the comment section below with everything I said. If you haven't watched it, do you plan on watching it? Did you like the original series? I want to know everything you're thinking about Malcolm in the Middle in the comment section below, because I want to talk about it. I spent the last 3 weeks watching and living with this family, and now they're back, and I'm a little dissatisfied, but I'm also gratified by it, and I want to talk about it with y'all. So let's get a conversation going, talking about Life's Still Unfair. Thank you for watching this review. I know it was a little long-winded, but I'm just coming fresh out of watching it and really excited. And I got a lot on my mind, and I'm probably forgetting to mention some things, but I don't know. Thank you. I appreciate you watching. Now I feel like I'm pulling Taffy. I was talking shit about them doing it, and now I'm doing it. Either way, if you enjoyed this review, could you do me a favor and please, please, please hit like and subscribe? That way I can get more views and followers, and you can see all of the videos that I put out, because I put out at least 1 or 2 new videos a day on this platform. And if you like entertainment podcasts, I host one. It's called Movie Toast, news and reviews, and it's available wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you, and please stay toasty.